Alright, so this is the Makita sander that we picked up. I've already opened this up here and I've taken the plastic off of devices, put on the handle right there, which is incredibly convenient. Thrown on a sanding pad, and it will definitely take down some material. So this is the first orbital sander that I've owned that had the variable speed on it. So far, very impressed with that. Like everything about it. However, I'm not a big fan of the bag dust collectors. In my experience, these do a relatively decent job, but you still end up with a huge mess floating in the air. So one of the things I noticed when I was looking at this was the dust port here. Everyone says that this is really small. However, what I noticed was it was very similar to um, half-inch PVC. So almost immediately noticed that the half-inch PVC fits on incredibly tightly. So my plan now is to see if we can use this half-inch PVC to 3/4 inch PVC adapter and make it work for a 1 1/4 inch vac hose. All right. So I've got my half-inch to 3/4 inch reducer, or I'm sorry, rather 3/4 inch to half-inch reducer. So my adapter basically. I'm going to take an old heat gun. A hairdryer might work. I really can't comment on that. So I'm just taking this inexpensive heat gun. I'm going to get it nice and hot. I want to heat both the inside and the outside. Now I'm going to take my hose here, and we're essentially just going to try and fit it in there. So fits down in there. Got it as far down as it'll possibly go. You see that it's a little bit wavy because it's stretched a little unevenly, but I think honestly now we're going to have a nice good connection here. If you wanted to cool this down quickly, I suppose you could dip it in some cold water or something like that. We're just going to let it sit here for just a minute or two and get down to room temperature. I did my best to avoid getting heat on the half-inch PVC side and focused primarily just on the 3/4 inch, and you can see that the paper was a little charred, so obviously I was getting here nice and hot. So we're going to let that sit for just a minute, cool down. So we'll still go ahead and do a test fit real quick. We're going to take that half-inch side and make sure it still fits onto the Makita sander, which of course it fits nice and snug. Comes off real well. And then now that this is just a little bit above room temperature, I can still touch with my fingers obviously, so it's cooled down quite a bit. We'll see if it comes off, and it slides off really well. So now we'll be able to slide it on our hose, slide it on our Makita. Easy as that. We've got a nice tight connection. Beyond this, if this is a little loose, it's actually quite tight. If you feel like it's a little loose, I suppose you could put painter's tape or something like that around it, electrical tape. But my belief is, honestly, the suction power is going to keep it all together there. So that is the adapter that I have made for this sander that costs less than $1 and works really well. So this is a whole lot easier than some of the dishwasher hoses I've seen in reviews or various other, $7 and $8 attachments from the vacuum companies, and works really well for my purposes. All right, thank you guys.